job. So at what point does a double-minded person become a one-minded person? Because from all the training that I know and can understand, as James say, a double-minded man need not ask anything of the Lord, because he is unstable in all of his ways.
Thank you very much, Reverend Stacey. Anybody else?
DJ?
Oh God, what am I gonna say that compares to anything that's been said already? I'm a layman's guy. I'm a regular guy. And I can only speak from my experience more than anything else. And I think just growing up in, I did grow up in the church, even though I did grow up in Catholic school. And I don't remember homosexuality coming up as an issue. So I didn't grow up in a black church. The white church was a little different. They just didn't talk about it. It wasn't been said, and the priest would probably touch you or whatever, and it'd be up to you to do whatever it is.
Yeah.
I remember going to Boy Scouts and being upset that I saw two guys doing stuff, and I went and told my mother, what is this stuff going on in here? So I was just shaped really from my family. I think it was just my family's, just the passing down of the ignorance from one generation to another generation to another generation. That's what molded me in this place where I find myself living the double life. And actually, to be honest with you, I didn't really live a double life. I thought I was straight until I was gay, and then I was like, oh, I'm gay. So then it became one or the other for me. So when it came to depression with me, it became not about me being gay or straight. It became about me being positive and only being able to enjoy being gay for probably 6 months. You just come out the gate, you just enjoying being young and gay, and now you have this extra responsibility to not only take care of yourself, but take care of other people that you're with and you're having relationships with, which to me became an internalized, something that I internalized and something that I built up. Again, coming from a family where I come from, where you just don't talk about it. Things are just not said. Well, that's okay. He's touching on his little cousin, all the cousins are humping each other. Don't say nothing. So I think just when it comes to depression and how I see it, and especially in the black community, it's something that's hush. And what happens is when you don't talk about something over and over and over and over again, it builds up, builds up, builds up, and then what happens to me was you go into a destructive behavior mode where you just don't care, and all you're concerned about is yourself. Anyone who knows about depression, it can also be a very selfish disease. I don't know how they feel about that, but I think it's a selfish disease. It's a disease that you come within your own self, and everything else in the world is negative. So just to wrap that up, I can only speak from my experience when it comes to depression, and that's where how I see depression as something that's really personal. Everyone has their own reason for depression. Everyone has their own reasons why they can't tell their mother that they're gay, or they can't tell their father that they like to play with dolls, or they like to wear high heels, or they put makeup on sometimes, or whatever the case may be, or they even like Dora the Explorer. So I mean, we all have different reasons. Everything's personal, and I think what happens is when we're scared to share our differences, and I think we do this within our own communities, we're not accepting of other people's differences. We're all supposed to be gay and black, and we're all supposed to like men, and we're all supposed to like to party, we're all like this. We're not all the same. Some people don't like to party, some people don't like to do drugs, some people don't like to drink, some people don't like to go to cinema. Some people just like to hang out and be home and cook for their man and just chill out. And when we start to realize that we're all individuals and be able to relate to each other like that, I think that's one way of us understanding each other and dealing with depression.
Thanks, DJ. We know that the characteristics and symptoms of depression are shared by many, and in the black community, with many contributing factors, it's particularly different. But we also know from our own experience, having either dealt with depression or witnessed it in someone, that black gay men have more to deal with on a daily basis including racism from the wider community and from within the black community. Their masculinity, how they see themselves, and how they perceive others see them. Their sexuality and masculinity, sexual abuse and trauma when they were children or adolescents, the demonizing of them, of who they are by the church, then contracting HIV and living with a diagnosis, and finally growing old as black gay men. This time round.
That's such a loaded question, because from my personal experience and my professional experience, I think it's a tumultuous battle to be black and gay and self-affirming. A friend of mine told me once, who's actually here tonight, he said, as gay men, we have to take permission and give ourselves permission to be authentic. One of my light bulb moments. Because when I look at the pathology that's imposed on us about being black and gay, it is unbelievable that so many of us are literally able to stand, walk, conduct their lives. So, and I use that to say that we need not to pathologize who we are as human beings. We need to get to a place where we're self-affirming and we're able to accept ourselves in spite of what we're told and the messages we receive by community, our family, the people that are supposed to love us, and the people that are supposed to affirm us. We need to understand that they are or were imposing on us what they have learned. Ignorance is intergenerational. The things and the messages that we receive from our family are the same messages they receive from theirs. And I don't want to place a lot of emphasis on the pathology. I want to talk more about our strength. I do therapy from a strength perspective. I tell all my patients, clients, that I'm struggling with the same issues you're struggling with. And I think that really helps people to connect, because I am no different than anyone else. I've had the same struggles, I've been depressed, I've seen therapists, I've had thoughts of suicide. But I've also been extremely fortunate to have a family that's Catholic, Caribbean, to be extremely supportive. And I'm very grateful that I have friends that forms a community of support and care. In my personal experience, I realized that a lot of black gay men do not have those supports. But we cannot suffer in silence, and we cannot suffer alone. There's always someone that you can talk to, that you can reach out to. The fact that you've made it through these doors is a strength. The fact that you're able to sit down and be uncomfortable with what it is, with a very uncomfortable topic, that's a strength. It's a pathway to healing. We are here to help you in your journey. I think I've been blessed to have people that were supportive of my journey. I also understand that there are many people that don't have that. Tonight, we'd like to change that and to say that you're not alone, but we're here to help you through whatever you're going through.